Hello there and welcome back to some more Gran Turismo 4. Today we are continuing on with our Let's Play. This is episode 120. In today's episode we continue on with the American one-make races as we head over to Chevrolet as we start, I think, the only American manufacturer that has more than one race. It's the Corvette Festival that we're doing today. For that we need a Corvette. More specifically we need the best Corvette. And that's why we're buying the best Corvette. Ladies and gentlemen, the C4.
Yay!
Do I want it in that colour?
Not a Gran Sport, I'm disappointed.
The Gran Sport's good as well, but I think I always get this confused. The ZR1's the one that was made by Lotus, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's why it's the best Corvette.
No.
Because there was the Gran Sport is the one that has not an LS
paint
in
job.
it. It's got a different engine in it, hasn't it, the Gran Sport?
It has like an LT thing.
Yeah, and this has a Lotus thing.
LS5, even though it's not proper LS.
Oh my god, this thing weighs a fucking fuck ton. Jesus. I was not expecting this thing to weigh that much.
It's a nice car though. I like the C4.
I just fucking realised something amazing. If you notice what engine that is in the background.
No, I haven't.
That's the fucking SSR engine. It says
What?
SSR on the top of it, look. You don't see it faintly. Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
yes!
Alright, this is now best Corvette. Alright, it's a C4, it's American, it's from the 90s. What does it need improvement on? Oh yeah, handling.
The paint job.
Yeah.
How can you not like turquoise?
Because it's not blue with white stripe and the red fender thing.
These had a 6-speed, didn't they?
Something like that.
Yeah, gearbox should be fine. I don't think the ZR1 came in automatic. I could be wrong though. Anyways, Corvette Festival. It's open to all the Corvettes. I hope you're not surprised by that. Anyways, fuck me, it's Seattle again. Is that a fucking Chevelle in the picture?
Might be actually.
I just realised that's a fucking Chevelle. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not that brushed up on my Corvette knowledge, but I'm fairly certain a Chevelle isn't a Corvette.
It's got a C at the start and an E at the end, and it's close enough.
Well, what was there? There was Chevelle, Chevette, Corvette. Wasn't there another one?
Camaro-y.
Camerette. Yeah. The Camerette. Anyways, we've got a C2, a couple of C4s, a C5, and
the wrong one.
L46, whatever that is. Oh. I didn't think this thing would be that quick, but okay. Holy shit, that sports suspension made this thing low as fuck. Look at my pop-ups.
We are the sledgehammer.
Oh my god. I am the sledgehammer. Bye-bye the Corvette everyone likes apart from me.
I don't like it as well.
I just realised, you know who should be here?
Who?
GameWiz.
Oh.
It's his favourite car in the world.
Well, like a proper Corvette.
I know, I'm looking at Gran Sport and slightly regretting the C4 now. But, no.
Yeah, but the Gran Sport isn't in turquoise.
Yeah, but there's also another key thing.
What?
First time I used the Gran Sport in Gran Turismo 3.
Oh.
Can't use the same car twice. That's really gonna fuck me when it comes to Forza, I hope you realise that.
Yeah.
Like, 3 and 4, that is gonna fuck me big time. I'm gonna have to in some... because both games have a Toyota Yaris one-make race for some fucking reason.
What do you gotta do? Get another C2 and fucking paint it pink again?
Oh god! Don't remind me of that.
Huh.
My amazing flame-painted C2. Ironically, I still feel that's the only Forza 1 video to date that actually got a dislike.
Oh.
I think some Corvette person looked at my pink C2 and wasn't amused.
I can't imagine why.
Why are you using a pink C2? What a fag car!
We're Barbie girls and we all live in Barbie worlds.
We're a Barbie girl in a flaming
we are
world.
Barbie girls. Ah.
Girls are. They didn't call it Girls Are Loud, did they? Oops, just a little bit hot, just a little bit work, just a little bit more. Hey, you know your Grand Sport?
Yeah?
It still hasn't gotten past the old Corvette yet, apparently.
Oh.
Like the C3 or whatever the fuck was at the front.
Yes.
1969, that's a C3, isn't it?
Yes.
I know Corvettes, kinda. Except I really don't. I know what all the modern ones look like because they never change them year by year. But those early ones literally all look exactly the same. What's in front coming up to the hill? Oh, the C5's in the lead, of course. I didn't realise there was actually a C5 Vet.
It's the best one because it looks very slightly like an import.
It looks like an RX-7. It actually really does look like an RX-7 as well. That's the amusing thing about it. Why, Anna? I wonder if they made a wide body kit taking the piss out of that. That's what I would have done.
We stole Japan's design, like Japan stole our designs in the 70s.
I mean, they stole all the British designs in the 60s, so... Japan just needs to steal things. I mean, let's be honest, it took them until the 90s to make some actually good-looking cars. And
Look what the most American car ever made.
you'd say that was a good-looking car?
Sure.
It just looks like a Challenger.
Yeah, Challenger's a good looking car.
It looks like a cross between a Challenger and a Javelin.
The Javelin's a good looking car to me.
I never thought I can understand the Challenger. I never thought the Javelin was particularly good looking. Because the Javelin has that, it sort of started getting that weird 70s design where everything had to be like stupidly long. And like kind of boring. Like the
Unlike the 60s,
Gone.
unlike the 60s where everything was stupidly long as it is.
Listen, you're gonna make everything super long, dog. Don't you know, dog? Who the fuck are you typing to?
I'm just typing in general.
Uh,
I mean, I'd like the Javelin if the gearbox wasn't so short.
I mean, that's
I
the
like
point
the
of it though, isn't it? Drag racer.
Yeah, it was actually a road racer.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like a 4-speed with like... Or is
Yeah,
it
it was
3?
a 4-speed, but the fucking gears are so short you can't really use them. It tops out at like fucking 100.
I mean, most American cars at that time top out 120, so... Because the gearboxes are a big, massive limitation on them.
But the Javelin's the only car that tops out at the end of fucking the front straight at Road America.
Oh.
Oh.
I can imagine the Javelin might be pretty good on Top Gear. I don't think I've ever done the Javelin. I've done the Rebel a few times, but I've never actually done the Javelin. I think the Rebels look like a 130. I need to do muscle cars at some point.
Yeah, I think the Javelin out of the muscle cars has the second worst gearbox.
What's got the worst?
The old Hearst,
Oh god, what's that like?
a 3-speed.
Oh. I don't think I've driven that actually. I know the ones that have done good in the past are Firebirds, because they're more handling orientated than all speed.
The Javelin shouldn't be any different.
The Javelin does pretty good usually. Javelin. No. The Firebirds do pretty good usually. The Mustangs do reasonably well. The Camaros do shite, because the Camaros can't drive properly. Because they're Camaros. Hold on. Anyways. Yeah, so they do alright. I'm trying to think of the other ones that do.
I haven't driven the Camaro to really get a feel for it.
If I remember rightly in Forza, what was the last one I drove it in? 6. It wasn't very good.
I drove one in Horizon 3 for like 5 minutes.
How was it?
It was a Camaro.
Anyways, next race goes to Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. Another great track for a Corvette. Right, I'm going to turn you up a little bit. What is your fucking picture? Oh.
Luigi.
I thought it was like a GTA mod for some reason. Anyways,
It's just Luigi.
I think we've got exactly the same field as last time, except all the older cars are at front. Hey look, it's another Grand Sport.
Sexy.
It is.
Yeah.
Why have I
saw
been
it
put into
first.
first gear?
I saw Grand Sport in real life as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Scotian.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought my car was like getting ready to pounce on the Grand Sport as soon as the fucking race started, but it was just doing something else.
Oh, okay.
Well, get out of my way. You've got a worse colour than I have for the C4. Do you know what is a good car to drive in Forza a lot?
What?
The C4. Holy shit. For whatever reason, the C4 is like legitimately an excellent handling car, and I have no idea why.
I usually would prefer the ACR over that, but
No, well, yeah, obviously, like the ATR's a lot higher in PI and stuff, but if you want like a B-class car to try out, holy shit, the C4 is amazing. There's like a bunch of weird American cars that are really good in that game for some reason. There's the C4, the C5's pretty good, the Plymouth Prowler was excellent last time I drove that, the Jeep Grand Wagoneer is amazing. The Willis Jeep's
Dodge,
good.
like the Dodge Coronet, Captain.
I'd never driven that actually. That's the problem with Forza 7 is there's so many fucking muscle cars, I don't actually know what to do for a fucking classic muscle car episode. Like, I'm still contemplating whether I should put the Australian cars in there as well, because with the Australian cars and the American cars I will be here for weeks. I'll probably just do a classic, retro, modern, and then just make a couple of episodes like more classic, more retro, more modern, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm having to
would
do that
work.
with the fucking hot hatches anyway.
I mean, with modern, you have less and less as you go along.
Yeah, well, I know what's going to be in the modern episode anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to be the GT350R, the... whatever the newest
Hellcat.
Camaro's called, the ZL1, and the, what's the other thing?
The kitten.
Demon.
I was thinking about the other one.
I've already done the Hellcat. I think I've done
Oh.
both Hellcats, actually. The Charger
use
doesn't
it.
suck in this game.
You can do the 2012.
Oh yeah, the SRT8, good shout. I forget that thing exists. Yeah, I think I've done the Challenger and the Charger. I could be wrong on that. I might have just done the Challenger.
No, I remember you doing the Charger. I don't remember you doing the Challenger.
I've definitely done the Challenger. I don't know about the Charger.
I remember the Charger. Because one wheel spins the whole way.
That might have been Forza 6. I don't know if they changed it in this game or not.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'll have a look after this. Whee. I love the sound of this car. It sounds awesome. Because it's got that big supercharging.
Supercharged vacuum cleaner.
Fuck off.
It's
My C4 is best C4. I guess you could say it's explosive. Do you get it?
there's Lotus.
I wish I didn't.
No.
And
because-
Lotus isn't an expert at making reliable engines.
No, because C4 explosive, C4 car explosive, haha.
You're about as funny as herpes.
Herpes is pretty funny actually.
When you
I
talk,
have to concede there.
Exactly. I love genital warts.
oh good, I got syphilis, the best of the sexually transmitted diseases.
I mean, it's
What,
a bit
is
like,
it like-
saying you got a brand new Camaro, like, yeah, okay, but that's the best of the sexually transmitted diseases.
You know, that's when you get a fucking Hellcat.
Why does the new Camaro look cross-eyed?
Same as the previous generation of cross-eyed.
Why does the new Camaro have absolutely shit visibility?
Because rollover protection.
Why have they somehow managed to make the Camaro so ugly it makes the 2018 Mustang look good?
Because the 2018 Mustang looks good.
Do you like it?
Ish.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't really like
It
the
looks like
gauge
a-
cluster.
It looks like a 2014 Charger on the side.
Does it?
It does.
Oh, I need to look at that. To be honest with you, it just looks like it's a facelift of the last one, which I'm assuming it probably is.
It's something.
Because isn't it like a new generation? I doubt it's a new
Oh, I like it.
generation.
I like it with the D-badge bullet version of it.
Oh, the dark green one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That fucking brings up the whole other issue of why the fuck do you have a homage car in a new car? It doesn't really... It's a bit like them Fiat 500 special anniversary editions where they just don't make sense. Where all Fiat
Like
does
colour.
is just paint it a colour, stick some ugly wheels on it and calls it a day.
It kind of makes sense. Ish.
A condom?
It kind of makes sense.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Personally, I just prefer taking an axe to your shaft and just getting rid of it that way, but... Yeah, if you don't want to have fun. Anyways, across the line, I'm going to figure out if I've actually ran this car yet or not. Bum ba bum ba bum ba bum 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 bum. Forza Top Gear laps. D D D D D D D D D D Dodge Challenger, yeah. So no Charger yet, just Challenger.
Yeah.
I've done the old Charger.
Yeah.
I've done the Neon. Oh, I could do the fucking Coronet Super B.
Ooh.
That's a weird car. New York's next. I'm just looking for... Look at all of the new Chevys I have to do. So many of them fucking things.
You gotta do the trucks too.
Yeah, they're getting their own episode at some point.
Drugs.
Did you do the Raptor yet?
I've done a Raptor. I think I did the 2011 one. It was big.
I bet it drove like a tank.
It drives like a monster truck. It's very big. It's not too terrible. I don't know. It's like a slightly quicker version of the Land Cruiser.
I think the Power Wagon gonna be fucking amazing.
Power Wagon.
Yes.
Well, it just get ran in the same episode as the Colorado and the Raptor. I think the Raptor's probably going to win that one with ease. The problem with that episode is just trying to figure out what other trucks there are. Because there's the Colorado, the Power Wagon, the Raptor, and then, I mean, the LMW2, the Hummer.
Yeah.
I think the Titan's been done, maybe. Might not be. Yeah, Titan's a good shout.
Hilux.
Oh god, yeah, that's going to be interesting. I've been warned about the Hilux. Apparently that weird thing it does when you remember when I stuck a 2JZ in it for that thing that I don't do anymore?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently it does that stock. So...
No.
But the Land Cruiser didn't, so that fills me with some confidence.
Prepare to die like the fucking CJ5.
I could stick in like the fucking F100 or something, because technically that is a truck.
That is a truck.
Hell yeah.
I can agree with you there.
I don't count Utes as trucks, so...
Well, that's a shame.
I'll probably do them in the muscle car episode.
Can you count the El Camino then?
El Camino's a Ute, isn't it? I wonder if I could actually stretch an episode out with Utes. I can think of 4 of them. Chevelle, the old Holden, the new Holden, and the FPV suit Ute, whatever the fuck it is.
I mean, the FX looks like a Ute. Looks like a truck.
Yeah, the FX is technically a Ute though, isn't it? Because it's a car-based one. Because they've got the FX sedan in Forza Horizon 3, which they didn't bring over for some fucking reason.
I mean, what'd you call the Model T pickup a pickup or a Ute?
Technically, it's a Ute, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, isn't the F100 a... Wasn't that something else originally?
No.
Isn't that just the Ford F1 that's been modified?
No. No, it's just something that Ford decided changing the name of because it needed it for some reason.
Yeah. But yeah, trucks I can stick the LMW2 in. I'm trying to decide whether to class the Hummer H1 as a truck or not. I think technically it is.
Well,
I'd go for that.
If you're classifying the LMW2 as a truck, then you can classify the fucking H1.
Fucking H2 isn't a truck. The H2 is just a public embarrassment. I'm trying to think what else to... Like, unfortunately they got rid of the fucking Gurkha, because that is a truck. There's no real... That is literally a truck. Part of me kind of wants to do the racing truck, but... I don't know. I'm still on the fence on to whether to run race cars or not. And the worst thing is, no one's really reassuring me on either side.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, like, you've got Angel and Az who are like, no, I wouldn't. I like the legitimacy of it when it's just road cars, because it's kind of like the show. And then you got other people like, just do the race cars because it isn't the show. And I'm like, Technically, I've already done some race cars anyway, because the 250 Teta Rossa is technically a race car, but...
The thing I see is, like, you could do it, like, put all the race cars in, but you have to realise every other fucker's done that.
Yeah. I mean, it depends how far you want to go with the race car thing as well. I mean, do you disqualify the P1 GTR and the Ferrari FXXK for that? Because technically they are race cars by definition. And the Zonda R.
And the Ford GT40.
Yeah, the GT40 and the 330 P4. And the Mercedes 300 SLR. I think what's going to end up happening is I might end up doing a few of them, but I'll probably just stick an asterisk next to them or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't think I'm going to run any of the super mental ones until later on anyway.
It's like what you did with Reach the Peak.
Yeah, because part of me is kind of curious to see how they do. To To be honest with you, the
Yeah,
thing
but
I'm most curious about is to see how touring cars stack up against supercars, to be honest with you, because that could be an interesting investigation. I want to see how the fucking racing truck does as well, just in general. I think there's some other like weird ones that would be interesting. The Baja trucks are probably something.
The Baja Beetles, fucking shit.
That's a race car,
Yeah, but still.
technically.
Racing around Dakar at whopping 10.
Racing around in a stolen police car. So he dropped it off and piled in the caddy. Steve's inside because I had to talk to my man. I don't know anything about any fucking setup. Torture me all you want. Torture you? That's a good idea. I like that. Running around, robbing banks, all smacked off with Scooby snacks. No fun-loving criminal fans in the house then.
Don't give away my life story.
What, you're a big fan of fun-loving criminals? Stick 'em up, punk, it's the fun-loving criminals.
And Scooby Snacks.
You can see what I'm doing anyway, look, you can see the R's next to the cars anyway.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the only reason this really exists with like the race cars put in is because I wanted to see how many non-duplicate cars there was in Forza 7. To answer the question, 533, I think. 33 or 34, one or two. Oh yeah, the fucking Rallycross Beetle, that thing's a curiosity as well. I need to update this as well, some of the locked cars aren't locked anymore.
I hate the Rallycross Beetle.
Is the Panamera a truck? I think it's big enough to be a truck, right?
Fucking...
Oh yeah, I haven't done the Titan. I've done a lot of Nissans apparently. Including the Nissan Safari Turbo Diesel.
Mercury Cougar Eliminator, I forgot that was in the fucking game.
Yeah, Mercury Cougar Eliminator, aka another Ford Mustang.
I like how when fucking Forza 7 was coming out and I saw the Cougar Eliminator in the car list and I was just like, oh yeah, Cougar Eliminator, and I forgot it existed.
I do that quite often. I think I was like that with the 911 GT1. I was like, oh boy, 911 GT1, I can't wait to drive that, and I've driven it once. And it was only for the music video.
Well, you did better than me because I never... I'd driven the Cougar about 0 times.
Did the C5 just go off? Like them. The Cougar's pretty good from what I remember, actually. Because it's less powerful. Like, the general rule of thumb with the muscle cars is if it's less powerful, it's usually the nicer to drive. If I remember rightly, the Charger's pretty good. Like, as an to be fair, Scotian, if you want the absolute best driving muscle car, there's only one, but...
Dodge Dart.
Yeah, the Super Stock. It's been the Super Stock for years. Like, ever since I think it came into Forza 4, because it's so damn fucking light.
Gee, I wonder why.
It's almost like it's the drag car.
Yeah.
What was that thing anyway? Is it road legal, first of all?
Yes, with a question mark.
Is it one of those where it's a road illegal, in quotations?
I don't think it was.
See, I thought it was like some weird precursor to the Hellcat or something. Where it's just like, hey, look, we made this package of a car which is just fucking mental. I wouldn't think it's a race car because it doesn't have any like race car amenities or anything like that.
It has a roll cage and a 4-speed transmission and a Hemi and the thing with the Dart was the Hemi was so big they had to rip out everything to fit it in the car.
Oh yeah, because the Dart was an economy car, wasn't it, basically?
Yeah.
Or what the Americans called an economy car in the 60s. Which basically meant instead of stretching into 5 states, it only stretched into 3.
So the Dart Superstock was only sold to drag teams anyway.
Yeah. It's probably one of those things where it's like, it's probably like them old Le Mans cars where it can probably have a plate on it, but it's not really intended to actually be road using.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it's one of those. I like the Dart Superstock. It's sort of. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. I think isn't it supposed. It's a sister car to something, isn't it? The Dart. Isn't
sister car to the Valiant.
Yeah, the Valiant. That's it. And then the Valiant Charge is just its own thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the Valiant Charger is an Australian thing.
Yeah.
Is the Valiant Charger really a muscle car? That's the question.
Well, you can get it in a V8, it's just that the top spec one came in a straight 6.
Yeah, but it's not really got enough power, really, has it? I know we've had this weird pony car versus muscle car thing before.
I mean, it's small enough and light enough you can call it a pony car, but...
I hope you don't mind, I'm just going to put all the pony cars in the muscle car episode, because I can't be fucked to make this distinction. That being said, I might fucking have to. That Holden they added recently is definitely a fucking pony car.
I mean, I can help you with that distinction.
I might have to be honest with you, the amount of fucking muscle cars there are in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free. If you've got any ideas for shit you want to see in it, I'm more than ears to it, because basically I need to stretch it out to the point where I can drive every single car in the game, so...
Yeah.
And I think if I do 8 cars an episode, I basically need to do 100 episodes, and I've just done 26 as the next, or 27 as the next one, so...
Basically how pony cars work is they're the more smaller-ish to the muscle cars.
Yeah.
Like the Mustang was the Fairlane and the Challenger was the Charger, as much as big how big the Challenger looks to the Charger.
Is that the Holden Monaros are ponies, aren't they? Technically.
That's where it gets tricky.
Yeah, because that new Monaro they added in has like no power. It has like 200 and somewhat brake horsepower. I think me and Angel raced it against the Bel Air, and the Bel Air won. So, mind you, the Bel Air's quick. If the Bel Air didn't have its god awful fucking transmission. Because the Bel Air had like this fucking 2-speed piece of shit.
Yeah, because I think the muscle car and the pony car thing was pretty much American.
Yeah.
And classifying shit as a pony car in Australia is quite difficult.
I like how I managed to spin this car out on the trot.
Nice.
Oh shit, I just thought of a car for the Utes episode.
Oh?
Sandman's technically a Ute.
Oh yes.
Mr. Sandman.
Sandman.
I call it a hearse.
I just like that.
I call it a shagwagon because that's what Australians call it. I love the Sandman.
Cool.
I think like out of all the Australian cars that came to Forza, that's the only one that I really care about. I fucking love the Sandman because it's so stupid. It's like if a fucking Charger van was a thing that existed. It's great.
I mean, there was the Ram Charger, which was a fucking SUV.
So, pony cars, what I could chuck in there, obviously, are all the Mustangs pony cars or are they muscle cars in some of them?
Yes. They're the ones that started the whole fucking pony car thing.
What, so even like the Boss 302 and shit's a pony?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, because they were the smaller ones, the Galaxy, weren't they?
Yeah. Engine size doesn't matter, it's the physical size of the car.
Yeah, don't they have like an exact dimension on it or something?
Something like that. It's a hazy kind of subject.
El Capitan. Yeah, that is a picture of a Chevelle in the Corvette.
I could probably follow you through to a T, and there's somebody probably complaining that it's not a pony car, it's a muscle car.
Don't. I've got someone. I don't think they're complaining, so I don't want to take the piss out of them. But I had someone post in one of the old Top Gear. I think it was the D class episode, right?
Yeah.
And they basically said, "Oh, actually, was it them or was it someone else?" I don't know. I think the D-Class episode might have been someone saying about a car driving, like, well, not being able to build a good D-Class car. No, I think it was the same person, because he was just like, oh, I'm trying to build a good D-Class car, but Forza overemphasizes how bad these muscle cars are to drive. I've driven them in real life and they're much better. It's just like, have you driven anything else from the 60s to compare it to? Like, there's a reason they've got a reputation for being bad. Like, it doesn't just happen. Like, granted, these days it's complete bullshit, but in your days before the Celine S7s and whatever, it was sort of...
I want my Charger to handle like a fucking Subaru.
a Super Newt.
Subaru.
A Subaru? I want my Charger to handle like a Subaru. Four-wheel drive traction with a slight understeer. Like, I can't remember what he's trying to do. He's like trying to get a good handling, like Camaro or some. I'm gonna say Camaro because it's like the first thing that comes to my head. Or was it a Charger? I think he was saying he's trying to make like a good D-Class car or something out of a Charger.
D-Class,
I was like,
D-Class would be probably be fucking. Well, yeah, it's Forza Motorsport. I'm thinking of fucking Horizon where everything is like skewered.
well, in Forza, even in Motorsport, the problem with the muscle cars is realistically you can't build them to be good, like up until like B class because you can't stick tires on them.
I always keep thinking of like the Horizon 3 specs where you don't have an E class.
Yeah. You could probably build like some of the base muscle cars, like the Holden, Bonaro, GTS 68, and even Mustang and stuff up. But if you're actually gonna like build a Charger or something up, realistically, all you can really do to it is stick race suspension on it, stick a load of stiffening in it, and just pray to God that that's enough. Because you just can't do anything with tires. Like, you might be able to stick like one size bigger tires on it, but that's literally all you can do with it. Because if you add like tires to a Charger, you go from like, I don't know, D class to C class. It's like Horizon 3 levels of tire build up.
Yeah.
So they're just not ideal cars to build up, really.
Sorry.
Is
Because
that?
I guess they think if you're running this. I guess they think they're fucking. If you're running stock tires, they're from the 1960s.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's 1960s rubber, so. Rubber.
Even though, in true fashion, you'd be running decent rubber.
But yeah, obviously they won't be running the exact tyres from the 60s because tyres have an expiration date. And they're probably well past them. Like, there's only so long you can keep that rubber going. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other stuff like the beat pony car. But yeah, the whole like pony. I'm trying to think. You said Australian cars don't count for it, didn't you? So never mind.
And
Because I was thinking
you
Falcons.
could probably throw some of the Australian cars in it. It's just it's such a touchy thing, and not to go for Australia.
Because the thing is, Australia until like really recently didn't actually build that powerful muscle cars. Like, well, other than like one of the Falcons, which is like insane, because they sort of got told not to do it. So.
Look, I can say the Tirana,
yeah.
pony car. I could say the Tirana's pony car. I could probably say the fucking Valiant Charger is a pony car as well.
The Tirana, definitely. Holy shit. That was some airtime.
But as for America, it's pretty much straightforward. You got your fucking you got your Mustang, Camaro, Challenger, MC Javelin.
The Javelin's a pony?
Yeah, that's a pony car.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's fucking. That's the weird bit of it. If you look at the Challenger, that's not small either.
No.
They call it a pony. They call that a pony car.
Yeah, but if the Challenger is a pony, doesn't that make the Hemi Cuda a pony as well? Because technically the
Yes.
Cuda and the Challenger are the same size.
Yes, they're built on the same body, so.
So if that's the case, what's the fucking full fat muscle car?
A big.
Like what? Other than the Charger?
That'd be the Charger, the Corvette. Pretty much all the drag cars that isn't the Hemi Superstock.
Is the GTO a muscle car?
Yes.
I'm actually somewhat happy because I can finally
The
put the GTO in, because technically the GTO is technically the first muscle car, isn't it?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is what everyone says it's the first muscle car.
Yeah, it's... Wait, hold on. Is it the first muscle car in the sense that it is actually the first muscle car, or is it the first muscle car in the sense that everyone who's like, the Golf GTI was the first hot hatchback? It's like, well, no, it wasn't, technically.
Yeah.
There was a couple of...
Like every time I hear that, I hear the fucking RCR thing from what was the first muscle car.
What was the RCR thing?
What video was it? I can't remember. I think it was the Barracuda review.
Ah. Yeah, because the Barracuda's a weird one anyway.
Where it was, it was the Barracuda review where he was fucking rolling on the floor.
Did the Barracuda end up back in Forza, or is it just Cuda and GTX? I can't remember.
It's just a Cuda.
Yeah, because it was one of... Because they bought across some cars from Forza and didn't bring across others, and I couldn't remember if Plymouth was one of those that they bought over or not. Oh, boys.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you what. It's been peachy driving this Corvette, but I'm slightly worried.
Why?
Because the next 2 episodes I have to drive some pure Crocs as shit.
Well.
We've got Camaros and now I've got to drive fucking Crossfires.
Oh.
Those of you about to die, they call me Crossfire.
My 2 favorite cars.
Is the what?
My 2 favorite cars.
Ah, the Crossfire and the fucking Camaro.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the Camaro is a fucking pony car if I've ever seen one. It's a pussy car, huh? Anyways. 10 G's. I don't think I've actually managed to pay for the Corvette back. Right, I know it's not going to be a C1 Corvette, because I already had one of those.
I actually don't know what it's gonna be.
Could be a C2. I don't think you can buy the C2.
I think you can.
Oh, it's that thing.
Oh!
It's you. I forgot you
Oh.
existed.
That's sexy.
It's actually somewhat pretty cool for a C2. Actually, I always forget that car exists. I didn't even know it was in this game, to be honest with you, until Gran Turismo 6, where I saw it. I was just like, where did you show up from? And I was just like, yeah. Anyways, let's have a look at our vegan gains.
Oh, do you remember that guy?
Holy shit, power!
Ah!
It has 608 brake horsepower, apparently. That seems overestimated.
Overly destructive.
Yeah. It's a shame I can't race that instead of a Camaro. I'm somewhat interested in this car now. Anyways. I knew it wasn't going to be a C1 because we already got a C1. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time we are going to be taking a look at the Camaro thing. So join us for that. Until then, farewell.